what's up? This is Derek, and you're watching Jack and Ginger, listening to Jack and Ginger. This is episode 3, week 3. We back for another one of these things. I thank y'all for coming back to listen to me and watch me, and sit with me for a little bit. Do me a favor, if you are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and you haven't already subscribed or followed, please do that for me. Specifically on YouTube, I'm trying to get to 100 followers or subscribers by the end of the week. So help me reach that number. I think I'm at like 69 now. Ultimately, my goal is to get to 1,000, and then get the number of views needed to start to monetize the channel. So again, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube, and also follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple, or whatever platform you're listening to it on. All right, man. So I hope everybody had a good week this week. I did check out some new music this week. Meek Mill released the album Expensive Pain. It was crazy because I didn't even know, the joint was coming out. Like, I just started seeing him posting, random stuff on Instagram. So maybe I was out of tune or out of touch with what was going on, but I did listen to it. I did think it was dope. He always gonna have them bangers. Like, he always gonna have that intro. I don't think anything will ever top the Dreams and Nightmares intro, but this one was up there. He had another joint with a little Uzi Vert. Uzi kind of spitting on there too. It's what's it called? Blue Notes 2. He had a dope joint on there with Kalani, and then I like the outro too. But overall, like, I thought the album was dope. I feel like Meek Mill does like a great job of meshing like old school hip hop with that new school hip hop too, in terms of the money, the rolly, the Richard Millie talk, the Rafe talk, and kind of meshing it with like some real bars behind it too. So I thought the album was dope. I think if I had to rate it on a scale of, what was it, 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a 7.5, 7.8. Like I said, overall, it was a solid album, man. So I definitely think that was a good look for him. Something that came out the blue for me. Maybe everybody else knew about it, but I didn't know about it. So while I'm listening to the album or whatever and started thinking about like what I'm gonna talk about on this week on the podcast, I was like, I'm so into music, I'm so into rap. I'm like, it would be dope to at least put out there like a top 5 artists or top 5 rappers of all time in my book. So I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and put one out there. So I mean, tell me what you think. Leave me some comments or whatever. Just, you can feel free to eat me up for this list. But first off, number 1 is no debate. I gotta go with Jay-Z, aka Young Hove, aka Sean Carter, S. Carter, whatever you want to call him, Hova. For me, I mean, he's like the most well-rounded rapper of all time. We kind of got to see him rise from, Reasonable Doubt to Reaching Ability this year. So definitely what he's done outside of music has been a big influence as well. I feel like my top 3 is pretty much locked in. But after that, you'll see it can vary by the day. So number 2, I had to go Biggie. Of course, Biggie is a legend. He got some of the most quotable lyrics of all time. Unfortunately, he didn't get to release as much music as he could have, just due to him passing away. But I had to put Biggie number 2. Coming in after that would probably be Nas, which is crazy because I've been listening to Nas for a minute, of course, but I can't even front. When he was going at Jay with the Ether talk, I kind of had to get off of him for a minute. Like, I would play that album, but I would always skip Ether. But Nas is definitely in the top 3 for sure. So after the first 3, like I said, man, it get kind of funky depending on the day. Now, you may not agree with any of the artists I have in slots 4 through 8. I had to make it 8 because I couldn't choose just 5. But so number 4, I had to go with Fab, right? Like, Fab, to me, he got some of the craziest bars. He's been doing it for like 20 years or so. So I'll put Fab number 4. And then number 5, hey, it could be just my Virginia roots. I'm a Virginia boy, so I had to put Pusha T at number 5. Six, what did I have there? I had to put Jadakiss at six, even though he could be higher. And I'm not going to front. Like, I've been a fan of Jadakiss, of course, but I think with the recent like versus battles he's had, it kind of reminded me of like how much fire like Jadakiss got in the tuck. So I had to put him number five. Excuse me, that was number six. Seven, probably a shocker too. I rock with AZ hard. He's still doing it, so I had to put him at seven. And then eight, man, one person I think who slept on a lot, who don't really get their just due in terms of like rap all time, I would have to go with that boy Rick Ross. So that's my top eight. Like I said, I couldn't make just five because depending on the day, one may be in, one may be out. So I had to go with the top eight rappers. So yeah, that was something that I was thinking about this week. Like, man, what would my rotation be if I had to pick just eight? Yep. So another thing that happened this week, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. Instagram and Facebook went down and everybody went crazy. Me, man, it didn't really affect me too much. Like, I'm on Instagram sometimes, like after work or whatever, but usually during the day, like I'm checking Twitter. I like Twitter a little better because I can click on links, and go to different websites. Where with Instagram, it's like, if you're not clicking on a link in somebody's bio, you can't really click on links to go somewhere else because Instagram is like designed to keep you on Instagram. And I feel like Twitter giving you a little bit more flexibility in terms of doing other things. So, I mean, I wasn't really affected by it. Like, people hit me up like, yo, did you know Instagram was down? I'm like, man, I didn't even notice it yet. So, and like I mentioned last week, every week I want to do a small business shout out. So the small business I'm shouting out this week is Loving on Black. I actually have a hoodie on them now. Hoodie on by them now. It's you can find it on their website, lovingonblack.com. You can also find them on Instagram at Loving on Black. And Loving on Black is a dope organization. So to do them their just due, I gotta read, from what they have posted on their website. So it says the goal is to create a digital hub of resources and opportunities and support Black businesses in the Pac Northwest area. So they are located in Seattle area for those who wondering. In addition, Loving on Black is an apparel brand focused on bold messages to magnify the beauty of being unapologetically Black. Right. So like I said, I want to shout out one small business every week. So this week, we definitely going to support Loving on Black. So go ahead and hit them up on their website, lovingonblack.com. You can also follow them on Instagram at Loving on Black. And like I said, they have some dope apparel on there too. I bought like a t-shirt and this hoodie, which is dope. So I'm going to get some good wear out of this since we hitting them fall, winter time. So we got to do an update on my boy, Jameis. So
no, Jameis,
talk to him, Jameis.
No.
How did the defense in the running game give overall shape to the way this played out, Jameis?
Well, I just think we were prepared. One thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
Man, Jameis always come with them quotables, but my boy, he I ain't gonna say he balled this week. He did his job this week. So we've been doing this weekly update. I made this this dedication in the first week of the season. So now I got to keep it up because if I don't, then I'm going to look crazy. But statistically, I mean, he had his most passing yards of the year. He only threw for like 200 something. I'm starting to feel like they need to let my boy unleash that cannon, man. They really holding my boy back and holding this offense back too. So yeah, he had like 200 yards passing this week. He had another passing touchdown and no interception. So I think right now we at like a 9-2 ratio. The stats still ain't there for my boy to be MVP, but that's the Jameis update this week. So the next thing I wanted to kind of touch on, and this is probably more like a serious subject. I know I discussed like music on here and current events and stuff like that, but I wanted to talk about something I see on, social media. A lot of times now, like when somebody passes away, we'll see like a GoFundMe account started by their family or something. And I be thinking like, damn, like, I know they doing this GoFundMe, I wonder if this person had life insurance. Right, like nobody really want to talk about life insurance, but if you're looking at it in the grand scheme of things, like life insurance is probably the most important insurance you can have. This ain't no infomercial. This ain't no ad. I'm not getting like paid to say this or anything. This was just on my heart. I keep seeing these social media posts talking about chip in to pay for funeral expenses, but I'm like, damn, did they even this person even think to carry life insurance? So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront of everybody. Like, this message isn't for people who, can't get life insurance due to pre-existing conditions. It's not for people who, had life insurance at one point but got sick and lost their benefits through work or whatever. Like, nah, this ain't for those type of people. I'm specifically talking to, people like myself, like the 30-somethings, 20-somethings, we all walking around here, we dressing nice or we spend our money on whatever, but we don't have like the general necessities or the general things in place to handle things in case we were to leave. The most important thing, of course, is to like think about what type of legacy you would leave for your kids or your wife, and try to handle it that way. So, man, if you're watching this video and you don't have life insurance, just stop and, at the end of this pod or at the end of this video, just look online, look up life insurance, try to get a quote, even if it's just like a term life policy, like a 10-year, 20-year term life policy. Get you something where you can take care of, your family in case you weren't to make it. So, yeah, that's my deep message for today. I hate to kind of bring that up or end on that note, but that's something that was on my heart to share. So I wanted to put that on here. So that's it for this week, man. I just wanted to come in quick. I got a trip planned for this weekend. I get to kind of hit the road and go to see some family or whatever, so I'm pumped about that. So I'll check in with y'all next week for week 4. Like I said, go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, go ahead and do the same thing. And I'll check in with you guys next week. Appreciate it.